I love a joke.
Say, Lucy.
Yeah, Ricky?
A tramp came up to me in the street and he said he hadn't had a bite in weeks.
What'd you do, bite him? Opening butler joke, buddy, come on.
The master says to the butler, Jeeves, did you put fresh water in the goldfish bowl? And the butler says, why? They didn't drink up what I gave them last night.
You know that ancient joke about the guy who saves his regiment, shoots the cook?
No. How does it go?
Hi, I'm John Malos, and welcome to Connect with me on this Wednesday morning. Today we're talking about sports, the world of sports. We've got a teaching professional in to talk about this year's Masters at Augusta National. 2 local pros are playing this year. We'll tell you who they are. We're back with our guest, 265-4331. Should be a fun show. This should be a lot of fun today, talking about the Masters golf tournament that starts tomorrow at Augusta National. I believe it's the 79th Masters. And I go back a long way watching the Masters as a kid on television. And my fondest memory of watching the golf tournament, the Masters golf tournament, was 1986 when Jack Nicklaus, at the age of 46, won his 6th green jacket. What an emotional day it was. It was an incredible day way back when in the 1980s. But what a tournament it was last year with Bubba Watson coming out of nowhere with that wedge shot. Do you remember that? Let's go to the videotape. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Bubba Watson, the defending champion. Here's how he won it last year. He did it with the impossible. A wedge shot on the 10th to save the day. The same spot has become a tourist attraction at Augusta. He went on to win his first green jacket, but everyone is still talking about that miracle shot that took place on the 10th hole last year at Augusta. He was not the favorite last year. He is not the favorite this year. And this year at a news conference just a couple of days ago, he teared up talking about his first green jacket won last year.
We were swapping stories back here, and he said, my man right here said last year, he drove me from 10 to Butler Cabin, and I said, is this my green jacket? And he said, I'll probably cry again, but he said, yeah, this is your green jacket that you're taking home. Thanks for bringing this up. But I told him that I was going to go home and wrap Caleb up in it.
I'm glad I asked. Thanks, Bubba.
Me too.
It is a huge deal to win a green jacket at Augusta. There is no question about it. You stop and think about it. It's a 79th Master. How many people around the world have won a green jacket? Bubba Watson, one of them. He is the defending champion. He is not the favorite this year. By the way, only 3 players have won the Masters back-to-back. You know who those people are? Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, and of course, Tiger Woods. Live in our studio right now is Jim Perez. He is a teaching professional right here in Fresno. He is in the Golf Teachers Hall of Fame. He's been teaching professionally since 1979. He knows the ins, he knows the outs. Hey, you know what? He knows personally Tiger Woods' golf coach, Sean Foley. We'll talk to him about that as well. 265-4331. Don't forget, there are 2 locals from Fresno playing in this year's Masters. It's a big deal. Back with your phone calls and Jim Perez in a moment.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
And welcome back to our show today. We're talking about the Masters Golf Tournament, the 79th edition that gets underway tomorrow at Augusta National. I've not been there, but if I ever get a chance to go, I certainly will. I hear it's a beautiful, just an absolutely gorgeous place. Jim Perez, our guest today. How are you, Jim?
I'm very good, thanks. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. You haven't been here since last year.
That's right.
Yeah, so how are things?
Really good, teaching a lot, having a good time, getting ready for some big tournaments myself.
All right, and you'll be watching, of course, this weekend.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, we got to, before we get into all the national stuff with the national guys, Tiger Woods and all that, let's talk about the local guys. First of all, Nick Watney is going to be there again this year. As you can see, his finishes this year, not too impressive, but, I mean, look, he's finished 27th, 45th, 43rd, 49th, 17th. That's all this year, yet he's won over $600,000.
Exactly. So really, he's doing pretty good, I think.
Doing pretty good. He can pass some of that along to us.
He can, yeah.
What are his chances, really, in a tournament like this, though, in your opinion?
Honestly, probably because he hasn't played it as much as some of the other, veterans. Very difficult around. You have to be very, very talented around the greens, which he is, but they're tricky little spots that you can get that ball into and you don't know how to get it back onto that green. But some of these veterans have done it for a long time and they can get it done. So that's the only thing that really worries me about Nick. Yeah. Nothing else. Long, he can hit it a mile. If he's hitting greens, he has a very good chance to
win. He is a long hitter, and that's a big advantage if you're playing at Augusta, right?
Absolutely. Well, what do they call it? They Tiger-esque the golf course so you really need to be long and you better be very accurate.
Yeah, especially around the greens, like you said. And then our other local guy is Mike Weaver. He's the first player at the Berkeley. He goes to Cal. He's a senior at Cal.
Great player there.
Yeah, the first player to actively be going to school there and be playing in the Masters at the same time. He's 21 years old. He finished second at the U.S. Amateur in a playoff last year. How do you think he'll do?
Well, unfortunately, we do lose in golf and we win, and we can't win them all, even though he was right there in position. So I think losing actually makes you a better player because you learn more. When you win, you're all happy, everything's good. But when you lose, you have to do a lot of reflecting and thinking back. So I think this has really helped him.
Really? So
yes, sir.
You think his nerves will be way up here or kind of in the middle?
I think these guys at this level at college golf, their nerves are pretty good. If you're playing division like them, like
Division One,
your nerves are pretty good.
Yeah. Of course, 4 years ago, interesting story, his father took him as a spectator to watch the Masters at Augusta, and he mentioned to him during that tournament, in a few years, you're going to be on the other side of the ropes playing in the Masters, and here he is.
I think part of that is believing that you can do it, acting upon it, and then doing it, and he's done it. He's worked really hard. Don't think that these guys have worked so hard to get this done. So,
right. Yeah. And, of course, we wish the best to Nick Watney and Michael Weaver.
We want them to win.
Yeah, that's right. We're rooting for them. Local guys, right?
That'd be great.
And we'll be watching to see what they're doing. All right, let's go to the videotape. Tiger Woods, okay? You know his coach, Sean Foley. How do you think Tiger's going to do? He's obviously the favorite. There he is.
I think his backswing position now is the best it's ever been. And when you start the golf swing out correctly, you have a better chance of coming down and hitting the ball better, which he has. That's what it shows.
But see, he's got it going on up here, in his head. Mentally, he's better.
Correct. His father started all that out.
Right.
He was.
But I mean, with everything that he went through, the divorce, the publicity, he's back at the top of his game mentally, is he?
Yeah, I believe so. And you know what he said was winning is everything. Part of that advertisement on Nike, which is very controversial, but for him, he wants to win. He wants to win all the majors.
No, you know what he wants to do? He wants to break Jack Nicklaus's
that's true.
Major championship record. He has 14. I believe Jack has 18.
Correct.
And so that's a driving force for him?
Absolutely. Yeah, you better believe it.
And how much does that make a difference once you get on a course? How much difference will that make to Tiger?
Here's what he said. He said, I'm enjoying practicing again. He was working real hard on his long game, working real hard with his driver, getting that dialed in. Now he's working on the fun stuff, the short game, which takes a lot of precise striking to get it right. 100 yards, 98 yards, 97 yards. These guys are so precise. It's amazing how good he is.
All right, I want the inside dope because you know his coach, Sean Foley. Give me the inside dope.
Really, all he could say to me was, inside between Sean and I, he said that, for somebody to go through what he did, it's very difficult for him to make it back. And look how strong-minded he is to make it back.
How has Foley helped Tiger Woods?
I think Foley is such a no-nonsense type teacher, very mechanical, knows the golf swing inside and out, knows exactly what a ball will do if the face is open, shut, close, whatever. He is so meticulous, and he's always on this camera watching it and showing it to Tiger. Whether he's coaching Tiger or Tiger is just with him, it's left to be said. But I think Sean is just so valuable to Tiger.
Yeah. A couple of more things about Tiger Woods. He's got 3 wins this year: the Cadillac Championship, the Arnold Palmer Invitational, the Farmers Insurance. He's got 6 wins in the last 13 months. He's got 4 green jackets, and he's got 10 top 5 finishes in the Masters. So he's got an incredible record. He won it, of course, the first time in 1997 as a 21-year-old.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. It makes a swing change. From Butch to Haney, and then from Haney now to
Foley.
Yeah. But the important thing now is he just got a little putting tip from Steve Stricker, which everybody says Steve Stricker is the best putter in the world.
I think he is.
He is by far, and he's told him one little thing that's just amazing for him, and I totally believe in that style of what he's teaching.
All right, Jim Perez is here with us, and you teach where now? At Islewood.
At Islewood.
At Islewood.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to Phil Mickelson. Let's roll the tape now. He's got 3 green jackets. Of course, he's, I know he's not the favorite, but you can't count Phil out.
Never. Because he's got magic around the greens. This guy has magic hands. This guy can hit a golf ball backwards with a golf club.
And he's got that new driver.
Oh, he's got the, what is it called, the Frankmobile or something?
It's a combination 3-wood driver, because obviously he was having trouble off the tee with a driver.
I was just down in Callaway getting fitted for my equipment, and my fitter was telling me about the new design of that 3-wood. To make it go farther. I hit a couple of shots. I couldn't believe hitting it that far. So now they moved that design to the driver. So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen.
And of course, he said himself this week that he's not surprised to see Tiger as the favorite. And he's had, he's only finished out of the top 10 twice since 2000. So he's going to be in the hunt.
Yeah,
there's no question about it.
Yeah, correct. And, he just won in Arizona, so he played really well, really solid. So if he performs like that, I mean, he's 46 years old, right?
Yeah, he is.
So he's playing great golf. So
he's playing great golf.
He's a veteran, knows his way around.
Yeah, and he hits a ball long.
Played with Condoleezza Rice. I don't know if that's going to give him any.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, he was going to, move out of California or something?
Yeah,
at one time?
absolutely.
Because of the taxes, and then he got some heat for that? I don't know.
Well, he should, with all the, $60 million he's paying per year in taxes. I'd be moving out too.
Of course, he makes a couple of $100 million a year
That's
anyway.
Right.
But he's got 3 green jackets going for 4. We'll talk with Jim Perez a little bit more on the other side of this break. We're talking about tomorrow's Masters. It starts, and the number here is 265-4331. Back in a moment.
When you need to talk to a private eye.
You want to be talking to Jim Rockford.
That's right. He's the one to talk to.
They don't know who you're talking to.
Rockford.
He's got everyone talking.
What kind of lowlife is he?
Takes out half-page ads in a phone book.
I seem to recall the phrase, moderately intelligent private detective.
You have a smart mouth. You're right, I do. But I'm working on changing that.
Jim Rockford is all the talk on MeTV.
He's something else, all right.
Weekdays at 11, 10 Central on MeTV.
Really unbelievable the amount of corporate money that there is in sports, especially golf. You've got, let's see, you got Titleist, you've got Nike. Who else, Jim?
Well, Callaway, Strixon.
Ping.
Yeah, Ping is there.
Yeah.
Cleveland is still hanging around,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's quite a bit of money out there.
Unbelievable. So that brings us to our next player, Rory McIlroy. He says he's not Tiger's rival anymore. Are you buying that?
No. I mean, you know, they're on the same team with Nike, but really, I mean, he had his just big old Cinderella coming out story, you know, with Nike, fireworks and everything. Oh, you better believe there's going to be, you know, there's a rivalry there.
Right. He's only got 6 PGA Tour wins. He's got, you know, he's
23 years old. Let's not forget.
Oh, I know he's only 23, and he's only, been in the Masters, or he's actually won 2 majors, right? He's won a couple of majors.
He's won a couple,
Not the Masters.
Right,
Not the Masters. No. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, he lost his #1 rating to Tiger. He was #1 in the world until just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, ever since the coming out, changing of equipment, hard for me to see how a player that good can miss the ball that bad. So
is it the equipment or is it him?
No, I think he was having a good time with. I just got $225 million or $250 million.
You can't blame the equipment. You got to blame him.
You know
right?
what? Nike has done a great job, because if they didn't have good enough equipment, Tiger wouldn't have taken that on. I mean, he switched all his equipment. So I think it was just partly his fault. I think he was playing around a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Now he's serious, and look he almost won last week.
And to put the exclamation point on what you've just been saying, look at McIlroy just for this year. He finished 2nd at the Valero Texas Open, 45th at the Shell Texas Open, 8th at the Cadillac. He withdrew at the Honda Classic.
Oh, that was not good.
33rd at the WGC. So it's him. It's not the equipment.
No, it's not the equipment. It's not the equipment. You know, and sure, you know, at their level, they can tweak the equipment just a little bit and make it a little bit better for them. Not necessarily for the amateur, but for the pros, they can.
How do they adjust the equipment for those players? Everyone, like Tiger, all of them. How do they do that?
Actually, the tour players are so good. They can, when they hit a golf ball, they can feel it. And if they tell their tech guy, hey, can you do this to that?
They have a tech guy, right?
They have tech guys with them all the time. They can take
corporate money, huh?
They can take this golf club, go inside a van, come out. It's okay. Try it now. Try it now.
Man.
In the old days, they used to grind them with files to get them just right and put lead tape.
What do they do now?
Now they change the head and put a new head, build a new club right there on the spot.
You mean, you're kidding?
Right on the spot.
Really?
Yep.
Is that with like every top golfer?
Every top golfer has that right now to them, access to them right now.
You think Watney's got that
too?
too?
Absolutely.
Weaver does. He's an amateur. But,
Weaver's an amateur, but even at that level of college, I'm sure whoever they're helping, give them their golf bags or whatever, their golf equipment, they can help them out, dial it in.
So if Tiger Woods hits a 9-iron and he says, you know, change the club face on this, go change the club head.
They can't change the design of it really, but they can make it heavier in one spot, lighter. They can tilt it. They can actually put the lie where it can tilt back a little bit.
And they can do that in a matter of minutes?
Seconds. Seconds. Yeah.
Sure has changed, hasn't it? It's amazing. Where's your tech guy when you're playing?
Oh, yeah. My tech guy is me.
And it probably takes you days to change a club.
Well, you know, by the time
minutes.
I call Callaway and Callaway sends me, it takes me a couple of days to get my equipment.
You should call up and say, hey, this is a friend of Tiger Woods, and you'll get faster response.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Lee Westwood here. Lee Westwood, he's an Englishman, 39 years old, says, you know what he said? Don't count me out. Come on. He doesn't have a chance, does he?
You know, I think he has the longest record of seconds and thirds. And I think it'll stay that way. He's a great player. I think he has I know he has a hitch in his left swing. When he hits a ball, his left elbow does a chicken wing. And that we always say, oh, you can't play golf. Well, he can prove to you that you can play golf. Calvin Peete played that way. He was a great player. He had, I think, a broken arm, and when it mended back, it was really bent. But he was able to play through it, and he was a very good player. But he still misses putts, and it comes down to putting.
That's what kills him, huh?
It comes down to putting. How many can you make from 3 feet, 6 feet, 9 feet?
And those greens at Augusta National are like glass.
It's like putting on top of this table right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible how fast they are.
Right.
It's amazing.
Of course, Westwood moved from England to Florida just recently, I think.
Yes, he did. He moved his family. He wants to play the tour here, which is great. There's more money here, of course. Great living, you know.
Right. He's looking for his first win at Augusta, but he's actually played in like 60 major championships, but not here in this country, right?
Correct. He's played all over the world. You know, he's won in Dubai and, you know, places like that, and all over Europe.
Yeah, and he's 39, but he's quick to turn 40, I think, in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know, and it kind of shows you the power that the PGA has versus the European Tour. If he wins that much in Europe but is not winning here in the United States, it probably says something about our players.
Right.
You know, much better caliber. Right. Maybe not much better, but one stroke better. That's all it takes.
Do you think, before we go to break, do you think that it's possible for one player to win all 4 major championships in 1 year? That would be the Masters, the U.S. Open, the PGA, and what am I leaving out?
The British Open.
The British Open. The British Open. Is it possible? Nobody's ever done it.
It's been done once.
Once?
Yes.
Who was it? Byron Nelson?
No, I believe it was Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones.
I believe it was Bobby Jones. Then Tiger did it, but in 2 years. He did it.
2 years. But who? About 1 year. What about 1 year?
Nobody's done it yet.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. I thought maybe.
I think Bobby Jones is the only one that's
all right.
done,
Let's take a call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you? Hello? Oops, not there. Anyway, we're going to take a break. Maybe we'll get the phone call back. You're watching Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. Jim Perez is here. The 79th Masters is on. Mike Weaver is playing. He's a local Fresno guy, goes to Cal. And, of course, Nick Watney is playing as well. He went to Fresno State. He was born in Sacramento. Nick Watney's already made $600,000 this year. He hasn't even won a tournament yet. Unbelievable.
He's over 20 million.
All right. Yeah, I know. We're going to come back with your phone calls in a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Whirlpool Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. Check this out. Right now, get huge savings on select Whirlpool appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
And we're back here on Connect with Me. We're talking about the Masters Golf Tournament with Jim Perez. He's a longtime teaching pro, been teaching since 1979. I doubt he could probably improve my game. I mean, my game is like, wow. Anyway, who do you think is going to win tomorrow? I mean, not tomorrow. They start tomorrow. Who do you think is going to win this weekend?
Well, Tiger's the favorite. And you know what?
Win?
I would put my money on him, on Tiger.
But there are a lot of people that don't want to see him break Jack Nicklaus's record, just like they didn't want to see Hank Aaron break Babe Ruth's record. You know, I mean, records are made to be broken, right?
They're made to be broken, but you know, I think the public, we have these characters that are way up here. They fall from grace, and then when they fall from grace, we want them to win again. We want them up there again. I think that's where he is right now. People are loving to see him again.
Yeah.
They talk bad about him and everything, but he's still, right now, the best player in the world.
All right. I thought you were. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Jim Perez, the teaching pro, the expert on golf. How are you?
To decline.
Hello? Are you on? Okay. We got it aced out again on our phone call. I don't know what happened. We're not paying the bill.
That's it. That's what it is.
I don't know what's going on. Hey, you want to talk about a guy that's he might be a little bit intimidated tomorrow. You never know. He's going to be paired with Tiger Woods when they tee off. Luke Donald. We got some video of him. Look at this now. He's going to be paired with him this year. This is what Donald has done. Finished 4th, 43rd, 17th, and 16th. He's got no chance.
Well, you know, he's got the prettiest golf swing in the world, by far.
What does that get him?
He's got the prettiest golf swing in the world. That's all I can tell you about him. And he putts phenomenal. To win this, I don't think so.
This is his 8th Masters. Okay. Yeah. He's had 3 weeks off so far. Is that going to help him?
Some guys it helps them, some guys it doesn't. It just depends. It just depends. Like Tiger likes to take time off before he goes in and plays. Some guys like to come in playing.
No, he took 3 weeks off. Does that mean he doesn't touch a club for 3 weeks?
No. That means he didn't play. That's it. You know. Oh yeah, he's just not playing tournament golf. That's what it is.
Yeah, and so in the Masters, he's made 6 cuts. He finished actually 3rd in 2005. So Luke Donald, you know, long shot. He's paired with Tiger Woods. But I want to get to the defending champion, and that is Bubba Watson.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to that wedge shot that he hit on the 10th last year. I mean, we're gonna go ahead and show that again. But Bubba Watson, Emotional guy talking about the green jacket. Here's the wedge shot that we were talking about. An amazing shot. Would you call this luck?
No.
Why?
No, because you can make that happen. He made it happen. He can see it, visualize it, and he's so good with his hands that he made that ball turn so far. It's like making a dead right shot because he's left-handed. To make it turn that far right with that kind of spin, it's amazing.
I want to see that again. Can we roll that again? That is an amazing.
That's 152 yard.
I can see that 1,001 times and never get tired of it. There it is again. It's.
And you see him fiddling with his hands. He's adjusting his hands so he can rotate that face over. So when it hits the ball, he's not coming in square. It's closed and hooded like this and makes it spin.
Yeah, we talked about that at the top of the show, him being the defending champion, him being so emotional with that green jacket. Does he have a chance to repeat?
With Tiger in the field, the way he's playing right now, probably say no. But anything can happen because you just never know when the ball's going to go in the hole. Just like the one year when Tiger went into the playoff and he misses a green so far left on a par 3 on one of the holes there, and he pitches it up on the hill and it rolls back, and you could just see the Nike logo falling into the cup. Who would have ever thought, aiming 30 feet to the left, that he would make it in the hole?
Now, of course, that 10th hole for Bubba Watson, that has become a tourist attraction at Augusta National. In fact, he played around there with his wife on Sunday, Bubba Watson did, and she wanted to see the exact spot. Of course, she went there, saw the exact, I don't know if they replayed the shot or not, but that's...
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. He could do it again.
Yeah, it just looked, I mean, I don't care how good you are, that just looked like luck to me. I don't know why, but it's, you're saying it's not.
The more you practice, the luckier you get. You know, I mean, it is what it is. This guy is phenomenal at making the ball do what he wants it to do.
You never know what's going to happen in golf. Tiger is the favorite, but he could also falter in the 3rd round, in the 4th round. You don't know. He could hit one errant shot, and there it goes.
He can, and he's done it before, but he's able to battle back right now. Right now, he's on his game. He's pretty good.
It depends on how far back, though, he falls. To
Yeah,
battle back. You know.
Yeah, we'll see. Usually, the first round of golf that he plays at Augusta tells kind of the story where he's going to go.
The question is, okay, if he enters the final round in the lead, what difference will that make as opposed to maybe him being a shot or two behind on Sunday?
Well, I think he's only lost one time when he's in the lead going into the 4th round out of all his wins. So, you know, already he knows he's going to win, and guess what? His opponent already knows he usually wins. so we're just going to play for second, and that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, so you think it's a foregone conclusion?
I like my chances going on Tiger.
Yeah.
I do. He's a great player right now.
We mentioned this before the show. We were talking about this, and I remember Craig Stadler years ago, and of course Greg Norman, blowing all these leads on the final day of, say, the Masters or the U.S. Open or the PGA Championship. And Stadler, I mean, got so angry one time because he had a heckler, you know, in the gallery. He actually went after the heckler with his golf club. So what happens to a golfer when there's a breakdown?
Well, you know, I got to tell you, I think we all have that pent-up aggression in us because, oh, my God, we just hate to make a mistake out there.
Right.
And then with somebody, you know, biting at you like a little Chihuahua dog.
And there's so much at stake.
So much at stake. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see breakdowns.
What causes that to happen?
It's got to be
pressure.
Pressure is, you know, immense. I mean, it's just your sponsors, the money that's at hand, the people there.
The millions watching on TV.
Yeah, try to hit a ball. Just try to chip a ball off a tight lie when someone's watching you. Do that with a million eyes on you. Oh my God, it's extremely difficult.
Right, and so talk a little bit about your Islewood golf course before we go. It's in northwest Fresno.
Yeah, it's just off of
Herndon. It's a great little course.
You know, it's kind of a hidden spot down there. Hidden lakes down there. We have lakes down there, and
it's by the river, right?
Right, it's at the river's edge.
Not the San Joaquin River.
The San Joaquin River. It's right at the river's edge. We have a nice practice facility, and we have lighted. It's lighted at night, and then we have 5 holes for training out around the golf course.
And a driving range.
And the driving range, yeah.
Hey, a lot of women out there playing too, I'll bet. They're hitting the ball good, I'll bet, just off the tee and even around the putting greens.
You know, little by little, you're starting to see more women play. Their husbands are playing. I mean, the guys are playing, so they bring their girlfriends, wives, their kids. We're seeing a lot of great little girls coming up in the ranks now. So right here from Fresno.
A lot of kids out there too?
A lot of kids. Well, we have a lot of junior high schools, middle schools out there right now playing. Right. We had 3 schools out there yesterday.
Jim, come back again.
Thank you so
hey,
much.
You're a special guest, man.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate having you every time you come.
Bet.
Jim Perez of Islewood Golf Course here in Northwest Fresno. The Masters starts tomorrow. We're going to be back tomorrow with more of Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. Have a good day and have a good evening.